Good afternoon. Today is the 11th of February and it's time for yet another shambolic, terrible and well, not particularly interesting look around the Heath Classic Car Club event. Do apologise in advance for the wind noise if I fall over, if I get things wrong. It always happens every time. You clicked on this video, well, knowing that title, so I need to apologise no further. Got this interesting kind of Pontiac Firebird here. It's a sort of Night Rider generation of them. This is a much later one than any of the cars used in that series. This is like a 90 or a 91. Don't know what specification this is. I keep expecting those sort of T-top roofs to kind of open so that you can jump in and out and things like that. A bit different is this Citroen DS. It's quite a late one. This is an end plate. This is towards the end. I think they finished in about 1975. This is a sort of 74, 75. It's a Palace. I'd imagine that is a DS23. So it would be one of the more powerful ones. Right-hand drive, which is unusual for these actually. Nice big comfy seats. A bit different of a dash from the sort of earlier ones. That's got a 5-speed gearbox in that. Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. Spare wheel, of course, in there. There we got the displacers with the LHM and things like that. And the spare wheel there. And we got something else here, viewers, but I don't think we can talk about this, unfortunately, because there's every chance that this has an engine powered by things that we aren't allowed to discuss on this channel. Thank you, Mayor of London and all your friends around the country. If I check a little bit later, we might be able to talk about that, if it is a petrol one, but for some reason I do not believe that it is. This one, though, is a petrol one. This is this very interesting Lotus Elan M100 that was actually made around 92, but it was then changed later to be more like a Series 2 car for promotional purposes. I think that's a 94 plate on this. At some point I have been offered a go in that car and we will try to make that happen. That should be fun, particularly on a day like today when it's actually not too cold and it's sunny, which is not every day that you see in this country in the middle of February. Look at all those Mark III Cavalier bits in there. Another nice British car. Two nice British cars. We've got this Rover 3 litre. That, I believe, is like a sort of Mark II P5. We haven't got the little sort of extra wind deflectors on the top of the doors here, so I think that's be like a 61, 62, something like that. I have driven a P5. It's a much later one than this. It was a 1973. That does look a bit different, and this is the saloon rather than the coupe version. This was here last time as well. This is an Austin A40 Farina Countryman. It's a very late one, 1967, the last year they made them. Interesting kind of blue bits on the interior as well. I am hoping to have a go in one of these quite soon. I have been offered the chance to, and I look forward to it. That looks very nice actually with those, I think they're sort of MG midget wheels or something on that. I could be wrong though. And we've got the trikes. Trikes are always here. Trikes are fun. Particularly when you sort of look at this one and realise that that's a gear rather than Mark VI Fiesta. But that is interesting to drive. And we've got some two Austin 7s here today. So for nice weather, the more interesting cars you get. This one's a 1934. I think we have seen this one before. 34 Ruby. And then a couple of these Imprezas. Let's look at the front and just make sure we can get this correct, viewers, because we're always getting things like this wrong. Yes, Blob Eye, 2004 to 5, both of those. That one is an STI, and I think that one is too. These really are sort of classics now, aren't they? Although probably a bit weird for some people to think like that, but they probably are. Oh yes, the Royal Sabin. I've seen this before, I think. Got lots of sort of Ford bits in here, door handles you can see there. Yeah, steering column, that's just a Ford bit, it's probably a 2.9 Cologne or something in that. But made to look a little bit like a Morgan, 82-83 plate, but I have a feeling that that is not actually the year of the car. And we've got some, well, lowrider pickup action here going on. Imagine that's a Chevy C10, maybe about 65. I think we've seen that one before. Also, what we've seen before is this 1985 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. I remember that making quite a noise the last time that I saw it. Very, very typically kind of mid-1980s American sort of muscle car, I suppose you'd call these. Of course, the Chevy pickup, that's really from a different era. But then we've got something very nice. Aston Martin DB9. I wonder if this is a V12 one. The early ones were a straight 6 engine. This one, 2001 registration, with Volante. How would you say it? Would you say Vantage Volante? And we got the Mazda 323F rear lights, of course. Something a bit older, Jaguar 340, but sort of very late Mark II. The car's actually got both badges on it. It's got a 340 badge and a Mark II badge, which it wouldn't have really had from new, but it does help to explain to people what a 340 is, which was like a sort of run-out 3.4 litre Mark II. You can see the bumpers on this are different from the bumpers that would have been on the Mark II. So about 67, 68. And then we've got Golf Mark 1 GTI Cabrio with some ball bay wheels. This will be 84, 85 on a B. It's actually not as modified as some of these I've seen. It actually looks like a very sort of standard interior. They continued in this shape, I think it's 1993 actually. There never was a Mark II Cabrio, they went straight to the Mark III. But yeah, interestingly, on these you got the smaller sort of pre-facelift rear lights. Didn't get the sort of larger facelifted ones. Mini 30, I think this is an 89. Again, I think we've seen this before. That's actually in really nice shape. That looks very nice. Oh, it's for sale. Interesting. Call Tim on 07879 684 051. Stage 1 tuned by AC Dodd. Yeah, it looks like a little bit more spicy than usual. Then we've got this Triumph GT6. Now this is actually nothing to do with the plate on it. I keep saying this and I must get this correct. Registered I think in like 72, but actually made in 1968. What is going on there? I don't really know. The old bike there, don't know much about those. Oh yes, my favourite, the 95-96 Bentley Turbo RL with many, many miles per gallon and terrible fuel economy. My favourite bit about this is not the extra rear legroom, it's the very nice cream leather interior with piping and wood. That is rather agreeable. I'd like to go in this car. I don't know if the owner will ever let me, but you know, we would like to have a go in that very much. That would be really rather nice. The RL was the long wheelbase version of the Turbo R. 1992 Vauxhall Cavalier Mark III GSI 2000. Yes, please. I remember speaking to the owner about this a few weeks ago, and that is rather nice. Again, one of the most desirable of the Mark III Cavaliers. Sort of thing that I think a lot of you would very much like to own, something like that. And headlamp wiper action too. MGB 6970, because of course, well, yes, that is compulsory to have at least one of these at any classic car event in this country. That's pretty good. Mark 1 Escort 2-door, of course, another compulsory thing to have at a classic car event in this country. It's one of these. This one's been extensively modified. What that sort of life has, I don't quite know. Next to it is its sort of far younger relative, 2018 Mark III Focus RS. Those are quite quick viewers. And then we've got something taking up just one little bit of spaces today. This is a Cadillac Fleetwood, 1975 or 76, I think, on a P. And the pillow soft seats as well. Absolutely amazing. A bit of a contrast right next to this little Isetta. I think this is a 59, this one. If memory serves me correctly, these were built somewhere really kind of random, like Brighton or something like that, for the UK market, which is unusual. Then we've got Wolseley Hornet, 68-69 on a G. It's got the Mark III door handles. They were the first type of Mini, obviously it's based on a Mini, to get the later doors and door handles. That was an auto, quite late, yes, discontinued into 69 these were. And another one of the Austin 7s. I forget now exactly what year this one is. Hopefully this information sheet will remind me. That's a 38 Ruby Deluxe, so quite late. I think this stopped about 1940. Right, let's go down this way. So we have the famous E-Type that's actually probably based on an S-Type and a 71 plate, but I don't really know if this has been here a few times. But if you want your E-Type fun, there's various ways to have it. That one's got a sort of Series 1 look to it, late Series 1 4.2. Yeah, excellent. Then we've got some Japanese sort of 90s classic fun here with this Toyota MR2 SW20 on an S-plate, 1998 to 1999. Pop-up headlamp action and all kinds of other fun. A little bit later, this is Lancer Evolution. I forget, this is like a sort of 5 or 6, I think. This would be from the early 2000s. Yeah, Evolution 6, I was actually right. For once. I bet that sounds a bit louder when you go for a bit of a drive. And then a late R53 Mini Cooper S, 2006 to 7. That is the John Cooper Works GP edition. It was the fastest one they made, I think. Oh, now that's very nice, viewers. Very, very nice XJS convertible. Interesting headlamps, I think the American spec ones. Cream leather interior with wooden piping. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, left-hand drive, so very American import, 94, 95. Mark II TT. Don't know what engine's that. Oh, there we go. We've got some more Jag action down here. Yes, I think this is an 82. It's 82 or 83, this one. The XJ6 Series 3. That is rather agreeable views. I remember seeing this a few weeks ago. I'll have to walk round so I don't get attacked by the prickly bush, won't I? Yes, there we go, viewers. As aftermarket steering, a lot of them have this. Pre-J gate, because it's a Series 3 that come with the XJ40. I think this is a 4.2 litre from memory. Yep, it is. Oh, not a prickly bush again. Twin fuel tanks, of course, because not the most economical cars in the world, but they are absolutely wonderful, and I would like to drive one very much indeed. And we've got some more of these Japanese domestic market kind of modified cars. Sun 350Z, an FD RX-7 with an interesting front end. That is interesting, isn't it? And then a Datsun 240Z, I believe. With Fair Lady Z on the side of it. Hello to Datsun _Ron on Instagram. Yeah, it'd be a 240Z or Fair Lady Z. 172 on a K. And then a nice Skyline. Interesting angle of the wheel there. Hello to Retro _Classic 1980 on Instagram. It's an automatic one, this one. That is an R33. 1995-1996. And then, yeah, the K10 Micro. We've seen before, two K10s. Actually, that's a March on the right-hand side. This is a Micro. That looks more kind of standard as to what they sold them here. Only 1 litre 1.2, no turbos. The LS at the time was quite sort of towards the bottom. I have driven in a 1 litre LS Micra K10 from 1989. It's rather contrast here, we're going to March Super Turbo. Getting things like the rear lights of these are different. A bit faster than the I think 49 horsepower 1 litre engine. Very mean looking car. That is extraordinary. Oh, we could not. I don't think we can talk about that, viewers. I think we've identified the engine of that, and it's not the one we would talk about. Thank you, Mayor of London. That DS is on the way out. We've got some other stuff here, though. We've got very nice Aston Martin. Ooh, Vantage S. Maybe like 2012 something, one of these. I've only ever driven a DB9 rather than one of these, but I imagine it's pretty nice like that DB9 was. Ooh, Alpha Spider, kind of similar to the Brera. Imagine this is probably something like the 2.2 JTS, but I'm not sure. Look at that. I have driven the 159 that these are based on. It was a 1.75 TBI, the one I drove actually earlier this year, and that was pretty good. That looks even more fun, doesn't it? Triumph TR6. I'm surprised there actually aren't more of these here today. This one looks rather resplendent with a beige leather interior. I imagine that will still have the Lucas mechanical fuel injection in it. 70 to 71 on a K. That's a very nice colour, isn't it? This Morgan has just turned up. It's a Morgan 4.4. I imagine at some point in the 90s, because it can't be any earlier than that due to the personalised plate. Again, a very nice beige leather interior with wood. I imagine this is one of the ones with the Ford engine, but I could be totally wrong. My Morgan knowledge is appalling, like it is about so many other things. The pickup is here. Pickup Pete is here. 81, 82. I think this is a 95. This one. Still got the characteristics of the Mark 1 Minis. Even cheaper, really pressed steel grille and the exposed door hinges and the house-style door handles and sliding windows. They all continued until end of production for these in 1982. And we've got a Mark II Mini here, Morris Cooper S 6869. We've seen it before, I believe. Got some nice wide tyres on this. Yeah, 69 Mark II. It's worth a fair bit of money, something like that. Probably like this 1964 Sunbeam Rapier. This is the 1275. It's an early 1275 for one of these. Actually, one of those is on the list for you to drive at some point because the Great British Car Journey have got one of those. It's a little bit earlier than this one. Obviously based on the Audax Hillman Meigs. That's rather nice. Local plate actually, it's a Southampton plate CR. And we've got this lovely 67 Mercedes-Benz Pagoda SL that keeps turning up. Gentleman has, I think, several of these actually. Automatic gearbox with a strange selector park at the bottom. Yeah, it's a 230 SL this one. That is really rather nice. They're worth a lot of money, those. Have you got this Bedford lorry? Imagine this is O-type or M-type Bedford or something like that. From memory, these are kind of immediately post Second World War, but you know, I don't really know much about stuff like that, but that looks in really nice condition actually. Anyway, I think that's most of what's going on here today. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for some more incorrect information.